Good afternoon and welcome to 3 Talk. Breakups are hard to do. Whether you are breaking up with your partner, a best friend, ties with your work colleagues, or even your psychologist. When was the last time you dumped someone and how did you do it?
Oh, why don't we just start nice and easy? Just ease in there. What I will tell you about is when I was 16 years old and I got dumped.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most traumatic experiences of my life.
Well, now that you're 50 and you actually remember it.
Well, that's absolutely. That
Exactly.
is, I would say that is. But you know, interesting. And thanks, Nalini, for that little, that little age. It's obviously the wisdom, right? That's where that's coming from. But it was, and kids, I mean, you, as a psychologist, I imagine that you would be able to back this up. But people talk about a breakup. For teenagers, it can be as traumatic as a death.
Yes.
Yeah. And for me, the healing was a year.
Yeah.
It took,
Really?
and I remember it was that anniversary of a year where I finally got over it.
Yeah.
And it was just every day waking up with that feeling of dread that I had been dumped. I mean, just the word dumped. I mean, what do? You dump rubbish. The psychoanalytic view is that your lover is like your mother.
Yeah.
There's only one letter different there. And you develop this incredible emotional attachment to this person. Now, just imagine your mother saying to you, Nolene, I'm putting you up for adoption. That's it. It's over. You're like, I mean, this is your mother. Now you're saying, no, but it's not your mother. It's your lover. It's a genetic stranger. But this person, you become so attached to them that it is so traumatic. It's the highest cause, my understanding is the highest cause of suicide amongst teenagers is a broken relationship. Yeah. It's the big question, why? What is wrong with me? What did I do? Was my breath not as clean smelling? Was my underwear not, what is it about me? The bottom line is it's going to hurt. Yeah. And you're going to be left with the question why. And sometimes, you may not want to know why, and you've got to be clear about, do you really want feedback? I mean, ideally, most people would say, yes, I want feedback. If I've got spinach between my teeth, please tell me.
Tell me, yes.
So at least I know, and I can choose to change if I want to or not. And one needs to see this not as an indictment of oneself and realize that the most beautiful, Jennifer Aniston, got broken up with.
She
no
got
matter how
dumped.
She got dumped.
So everybody gets dumped.
Everybody gets dumped. One of the reasons it's so difficult to break up is because most people are pretty empathic and don't want to hurt others. And that's why we often think it's wrong. But because somebody is hurt through your actions doesn't mean that what you've done is a bad thing. Because ultimately, if this relationship's not right for you, you're stringing them along, and it's going to be even more hurtful later. So you need to be adult, have a spine, and do the right thing. I would not just give feedback. I would say, yes, it's not working, and if they want to know, then to be as honest as you can.
Friendships are supposed to be good for us. Scientific research actually has suggested that people with strong friendships have less stress and recover faster from illnesses. But not all friendships are healthy. Some do more damage than good. Would you agree?
Definitely. And in fact, research on happiness shows that there are very few things that really boost our happiness, but our friendships are right on top of the list. The quality of our relationships really determines the quality of our lives.
Yeah.
And what's so special about friendships, and I think Oscar Wilde sums it up, he said, friends are God's apology for relatives. Because
that's a nice one.
I like that one. Yeah, God's apology for relatives.
You don't choose your relatives, but you do choose your friends.
Yeah.
Now, and this is why I love this show, because you're saying, well, how do you break up with? Isn't it crazy that the people, you don't choose your relatives. You've got to be there for them. You can't break up with your mom. You can't break up with your brother. You can't, they're there. You can break up with a friend. But people often don't. I think people really just go through their lives, pick up relationships, and never realize that actually it's their choice. Yeah. They just kind of go with the flow. I don't like that expression, go with the flow. No, take charge of your life. If your relationships aren't working, change them. And one of the things, and it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, about even a romantic relationship, it's comfortable, it works on some level. Basically what we do is, everything that we do is motivated by pain and pleasure, taking away the pain or getting pleasure. And so you say, why does somebody stay in a relationship where they're being battered, or a friendship where they're being emotionally battered? Well, there's something they're getting out of it, a kind of codependency, or whether it's cool to hang out with the person, because if they didn't hang out with them, who would they hang out with? What would I do on Saturday night? And so you need to clarify why you're there, and then clarify why you don't want to be there, and focus on that. As long as you are not clear about the pain that you're getting. That's why I say for people who've been in a breakup is don't focus on all the good things. You know, somebody's that always go, oh, but he was this, and he says, yeah, but remember all the other stuff, you know? And they only focus on the pleasure. You've got to focus on the pain of the relationship. That's what will motivate you to get out.
How do you leave your job gracefully?
Well, in the corporate world, we got a little saying, and that is, if you want loyalty, get a dog. And when you're there, why is it so difficult to break up with your boss? Is because you feel the sense of loyalty. Like they give you your money, they support you, and you've got to go and realize that you are the CEO of your own life. You come and you add value, and they give you value. The question is, if you weren't of value to them, do you think that they'd have you stick around? No, they would let you go. And in the same way, sometimes you need to fire your boss. Sometimes you need to let them go.
Let go.
For me, I have a sort of a litmus test about whether you should leave or not. And that is whether you are growing. If you've stopped growing and you've stopped learning, it's probably time to go. If the relationship's not working, in other words, you're not getting what you want, you've got a choice. Either you've got to change the situation or you have to get out. What about, you know, the money? Yes, if you have to be there because you're in a situation where you've got debt to pay and you can't afford to go, of course you want to create a bridge. So you want to get things lined up. But at least at that point, start getting things lined up. But to whinge and whine and moan and groan about this is you're just digging yourself into a pit. They're going to start hating you. And eventually you're going to leave. And as you say, you lose out on the most important thing that you get. And that's the stepping stone to the next job, which is a positive testimonial at the end.